But on my drive here this morning, on my whole run this morning, I kept thinking about the caterpillar and the butterfly. And as I was running, a butterfly, actually landed on my chest, right here on my little patch when I was running. And a butterfly is always a symbol for me of new life, of new beginnings. And one of my videos, I talked about it. I say, just before, it's a proverb, just before the caterpillar thought its life was over, it became a butterfly. And the truth of the matter is that we got to go through those caterpillar moments. But the caterpillar always believes that it's going to be a butterfly, that soon it's going to burst out of its cocoon and it's going to turn into a butterfly. And I relate that to this in life. I was going to title this message, and I think I did title this message, that love the struggle. And some of y'all might be saying, Trent, why should I love my struggle? And I'm not telling you to accept your struggle. I'm not telling you to become your struggle. I'm not telling you to make your struggle your identity. But what I am telling you is that start to love your struggle, because it's the moments of struggle. It's the moments of uncertainty. It's the moments of despair sometimes that brings us to a place that no perfection, no perfect time, no perfect season could have brought us to. And it allows us to search within ourselves and bring something from within ourselves that we didn't know even existed in our life. And if you look back on your life, I can promise you, it is not the beautiful seasons that really made the change in your life. It's the things that you went through. It's your caterpillar moments that helped you become that butterfly. And so when you go through disappointments, when you go through setbacks, when you go through hard times, because you will. I'm not a speaker on here to tell you that everything is going to be gravy, because that's not the truth. You're going to go through your times of questioning God. You're going to go through your times of losses. You're going to go through your times of setbacks. But when you start to program your mindset and you start to realize that, you know what, I'm going to allow this time to have me do some inner work to pull something inside of me that didn't exist. If y'all remember, during COVID last year, a lot of my videos I talked about, man, there's going to be so many people that's going to write letters to COVID. And listen, man, I know a lot of people lost their life to COVID. I know a lot of people lost a lot of things, right? But on the flip side of that, there's a lot of people that gained a lot from COVID. And what I mean by that, maybe not physically, maybe not tangibly, but they gained a lot emotionally, right? Their relationship with God grew closer. Their relationship with their family grew closer. And oftentimes we're so wrapped into like the huge big picture, right? We're like, man, like it has to be this grand thing in our life for change to be happening, that we become blind to the change that is actually happening in our life, right? We feel like, oh man, if I don't have X, Y, Z, then nothing magical, nothing major is happening in my life. And the truth of the matter is, magical moments are happening every single day in your life. Some of us were just too blind. Some of us were too wrapped up in our own mess to actually see it. And when I look back in my life, when I look back on my journey, when I look back in the seasons, it is not the sun. It is not the spring that built this passion, this resilience inside of me. It was the winter. And so I want to tell you that, man, the next time, and some of you right now might be going through these moments, is ask yourself this one simple question. I could have made the live just about this. What is this creating inside of me that's going to change my life forever? How is this building me? I'm out here on the trails today. Y'all haven't seen me out here in a while, right? But I'm back out here. And I realize that even though I've struggled today, that it's building me. And as I keep showing up, as I keep coming back, eventually I'm going to be to a place where I want to be, and probably further than I ever could expect it in my life if I keep showing up. And so I want to tell you, man, you might be that caterpillar right now. You might be having those caterpillar moments, but just know your wings are coming. Just know you're going to blossom. Just know you're going to bloom. Just know that that butterfly season is right around the corner. And this isn't no positive talk. This is accurate talk. This is truthful talk. And you guys, that's why I wanted to share the last few months of my life with y'all, while I was going through and still going through this tough time in my life, because I wanted to show y'all, man, this ain't just no motivation stuff that I'm talking. I'm really preaching it, but I'm also practicing it. I also understand how it feels to be at rock bottom. I understand how it feels to be broken. I understand how it feels to all of that. But I also understand how it feels to give your masterpiece in your life. I do understand that. And so, yeah, that was just on my heart. You know, I know that message might not be for everybody, but in those moments of despair, in those moments of disappointment, give yourself inner grace and ask yourself, man, how is this building me? Because it's the struggle that creates the strength. It's those moments that create a different perspective. It's those moments that lead you to something greater. Because if change was easy, if growth was easy, it wouldn't be worth it. So I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Make sure you protect your peace. Make sure you take care of your mental health. Make sure you get to know yourself better. Don't just accept things, and make sure you speak life into your life every chance that you get. Every time a negative thought creeps in your mind, do not let that negative thought take root. Dig up that root. Challenge that negative thought. Do not let that negative thought become who you are, become your identity, because that's where it starts. It all starts with a single negative thought that I'm not enough. And you start to believe, and then you program yourself to start seeing life like that. I'm going to another message right now. You start programming yourself to see life like that. Just as well as I can see the trees that are withered away, right, without leaves, I can easily see all this greenery around me too. Right? Your brain, you really can program your brain to see what you focus on. Some of us were programmed to see negativity. Like literally, that's proven. Go look it up. Some of us were programmed to see good. Right? And that's called perspective, something that I teach a lot about. And so I really want you to challenge your thoughts and sit with yourself to then ask yourself, man, do I always see the negative in everything? Do I always see the bad in everything? Do I see the bad in myself? Do I see the bad in other people? Some of y'all be watching this video right now and you're seeing the bad in me. You might say, oh, Trent, your hair is too long. that wasn't a good example to use. But you might say whatever, right? And what I've learned in life, because I've been here, when we allow those negative thoughts and we don't challenge those negative thoughts and we don't dig those negative seeds up and we allow those seeds to take root and allow those seeds to strengthen the roots, and those roots become trees, and those trees become forests, and those forests become the harvest in our life, we start to live a negative life because we never challenge those emotions and how we felt with facts. And so please develop some truths in your life, right? I am enough is a great truth. I will overcome. I am greatness, right? I am healed. I am healthy. And start programming your mindset to think like that so you can become that, so that can be your consistent behavior. I love you guys, man. I appreciate y'all. Podcast tomorrow. Make sure you tune in straight up. I'll be talking about 3 ways to protect your life. You don't want to miss it. And yeah, I'm just out here on my protect your peace vibe. And as you can see, I don't want to leave y'all because I'm really feeling centered and connected and really grateful. I'm grateful. And it's been hard for me to find gratefulness in the last few seasons in my life or the last few months in my life. But I had to accept. I had to change my perspective. I had to fight those thoughts consistently. And so the things that I'm preaching to y'all are things that I've been through, I'm going through, and I will go through. None of us are exempt from the storm, man. But we got to be able to build our shelter as best as we can. And God provides that for us. So make this week the most incredible week of your life. Make today the most incredible day of your life. And just focus on this hour. What can you give yourself in this hour? What can you give yourself in this moment? This present moment? You're in control of that. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Brittany. Brittany said this gave me a whole new perspective on the way I look at it. Wow, you are so different now. You are so calm. I feel free right now. Thank you. Yeah, this is nature shells, man. So when y'all want me to be calm, right, just be like, Trent, bring out nature shells. When y'all want me to be super on fire and passionate, right, that's shells, man. And, you know, that's all different sides of me. But, you know, as much as y'all have said y'all needed me, I've needed you guys. So thank you to everybody who has sent flowers to the house. You know, I know it's been a few months, but I still get them. I still get cards. I still get inboxes. And it feels good because, as they say, man, when you're the person to a lot of people in the world, you know, who's there for you? And I can honestly say that you guys showed up for me and my family in a way that I could never repay you for. And it really helped, and it still helps today, because I'm gonna be real with y'all real quick, and I'm gonna get off here. I'm not gonna go too in depth in this, but I talked about this on stage, man, recently. You know, there was a point where I felt guilty for my gift. And the reason being is because you got to understand something. I can come on here and inspire y'all, help y'all. I can help the world. But at a point, I couldn't help the woman that I love most in my life. All right, well, one of the women that I love most in my life, my mother. And it was hard. It was hard to see my mom, you know, struggle, and see my mom, man. Good morning. See my mom go through what she went through. It was tough. And there's images, you know, I'm gonna just use the word PTSD. There's images that I will never forget. And yeah, I need this moment, y'all. And it made me realize that there's millions of people who's felt like I felt, who feels like I feel. And if y'all don't know, guys, people say an empath, you know, I don't know if that's the word, but I feel deeply. And when I got my brain scan recently, I'm gonna be open with y'all, man. You know, one of my dragons, as they call it, was the death dragon, right? And obviously because of kind of the season I went through and things that y'all don't know about, that I went through. Through it all, God is still good. Through it all, we have to still praise him. And it's a therapy session for me right now. And those images of seeing someone you love, you know, pretty much die or start to die to become alive right in front of you. Some of y'all have been there before. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. And it got to a point for me where I was like, man, you know, these thoughts. And why I preach this so much, guys, like, again, I'm not trying to compare myself to anybody, but I don't come on here to say what y'all want to hear. I come on here to talk about things that I know you need to hear. And listen, don't take my sadness right now as sadness. You know, it's more, it is joy. And sometimes you can be in a depression and you don't even know it. And I was in that. You know, I stopped doing the things that I knew that I needed to do. I allowed those thoughts to take root in my life. And it was a point where I didn't even want to do this no more. You know, not saying I didn't want to do life, but I didn't want to inspire or motivate, because I felt like, dang, am I really making a difference? You know, because I couldn't help the one that I want to help most. Right? And that was the thought that I had. Not knowing that I was helping. And everybody else was helping. And so I don't know why I share this right now. It was on my heart to share it. I want y'all to understand something that was told to me. And this person told me, Trent, there's a such thing as post-traumatic growth, where you go through things that are very hard, but you come out of those things And you look back and you realize those things are the things that really built who you are. And sometimes those things don't look beautiful. Sometimes you don't understand. But you have to trust the journey and trust the process, that it's leading you to the greatest version of yourself. And along the journey, you're going to lose things that you don't want to lose. You're going to go through things that you don't want to go through. But that's a part of the journey. So I want to tell everybody listening to this right now that can hear the sound of my voice. Y'all going to have some post-traumatic growth, right? Not just stress, not just pain. You're going to have some growth in your life. And some things in life will never be the same, right? There's no magic pill to heal everything. But when you start to understand life and what life is about, and you get a good understanding about life, you can learn to celebrate and rejoice even in your despair, even in your darkest and hardest times. So when I talk to you about that today, it's something that I have to tell myself and I apply to myself every day, guys. So thank you. Thank you for the messages. Thank you for continuing to support. Thank you. You know, I made a promise to 2 people as I leave here today. 2 people in my life, and they're not here. I made a commitment to 2 people. One was a best friend of mine that committed suicide. Y'all know my story. The other person was my mother. And I promised that no matter how hard it got, no matter how hard it gets, no matter how much stress, overwhelm comes over my life, I'm going to always rise above, and I'm going to always go on the mission and keep walking the footstep that God has ordered for my life, no matter what. No matter what attack of the enemy, no matter what demons, no matter what anything comes against me, I'm going to continue to rise above. And I don't say this to make myself special, because I know all of us go through this. But we're all going through a lot. Everybody on here right now, all 3,000 of you. And we all go through our own stuff. And everybody doesn't know the stuff that we go through. And people might judge you. People might criticize you. People might say certain things. You know, I had people tell me certain things over these last few months. But if they only knew what I overcame just to be here today, they would understand. Everybody's not going to understand it. But God got you, man. So I just hope this touched your heart. And again, it's rehab time forever. And I come out here not just to get in shape, but I come out here, man, for my mental health. Nature saved my life because I connect with God the most out here. I love y'all, man. Let me finish this run. Y'all got me in here getting super emotional and deep, but it's needed. So hopefully that gives you the permission to do the same. If I can do it in front of 3,000 people, you can do it and be real with yourself, because you need a release. We can't add to our life until we release the things that aren't supposed to be there. Love y'all, man. You have an awesome Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. Let's get it.